Hey everybody, I'm gonna let you read that while I'll take my foot off the table so that I stop shaking it. I've had quite a few people recently, well, when they see me using the straw and pours, because I usually pour or blow from the color out. And they're like, why don't you blow from the white in? So that's what I'm going to do today. But I will probably use a hairdryer because I want to do it on this 18-inch round, and that would be a lot of straw blowing. I was looking on, can you see everything? Yep. I was looking online at like little air compressors, and it seems like I could get a little air compressor for like 45 bucks that I can also set to inflate my tires. And it has like a little car thing, you know, a lighter switch. So I was like, well, that could be double duty because that would be kind of nice to have around the house. Versus the oh my gosh, like people paint model cars, the paint sprayer thingy. Oh my God, totally brain farting. But you know what I'm talking about. Or if I should go that way. But I'm kind of tempted to, I think I may get the car one because that would have power and I can blow it. And I don't need to spray the paint, I need to spray air. So I may just do that. So I mixed up paints last night. This one is iridescent medium and lemon yellow, and I want to say a cadmium orange. I think that's what that is. This beautiful color is Grumbacher Deep Violet. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm sure the camera is not picking it up as it looks in real life. This is Blick Fluorescent Blue. I have not used it in a long time. Not a huge fan of the color, and then this is the most perfect red in the universe, which is Liquitex Basic Cadmium Red Deep Hue. It is a gorgeous, like when I think of red, this is the red that comes to mind. And this is MDF. I have currently only primed one side of it. And I talked about selling these, but I have not heard back from my guy. So that is all up in the air. So I urge you all to find your own guy or gal. And if you have, what is it, a CNC router cutter thingy, they can do a whole sheet in like a minute and a half. I am totally blanking on words today. Sometimes I don't know if that's just me because my brain is moving at a different speed than my mouth, or I don't know. Because often when I start painting, my brain and my mouth don't work together. I suppose as long as my brain and my hands work together, it doesn't really matter what my mouth is doing. Oh, so the paint I'm pouring on, which you may have read in my little shindig, is latex house paint mixed with Floetrol and water. And I just mixed this up and it's a perfect consistency. Sometimes my first pour with a new batch, it's either too thin or too thick. And this one is perfect. Ugh, I strained my Floetrol, but there's one that got away. I'm just going to use my hands to finish. And this disc will be resined because I don't like the look of the MDF not with resin. I like my wood pieces to have resin on them. I'm just kind of filling in the area that when I blotted with my fingers, it took out. So I want to show you, I guess it's right. Okay, I'm just taking my gloves off just to not risk. So on my last video, I did, if I can reach across without getting my chest in there. I did this pour. And I wasn't so sure how I felt about it, and it is dry today. And I love it, and I'm so glad I kept it. It was a flip cup. And the colors I used are not really the colors you see here. This is what they created, which is grays and brown and green. But I am actually really quite happy with it. So yeah, so I poured that, and then I needed to mix up paints because I have done so much pouring for paper on skins that I had used up a lot of my paints. So that's why these paints actually have names to them. They're not my own mixtures right now because I'm starting out fresh. Okay, so let's do, gonna do a puddle pour. So the fluorescent blue. And that's the Blick brand acrylic. It's okay. I mean, it's pretty much the same as Artist Loft or Liquitex Basic. Mixes up the same. No noticeable differences from my point of view. I offhand cannot remember cost-wise, but if you have a Michaels and they have a sale, then Artist Loft paint always wins in price. Plus, remember guys, if you're a teacher, use your teacher discount at Michaels, and Blick has a teacher discount. So thankfully for the last, oh my gosh, my white container has flakes all over it. Let me just brush it so I don't get tons of flakes. So I've always been able to use my discount, my teaching. So I've probably actually saved more money using my ID than I probably have working, which is really sad. So I just poured more white. And this is, if I had an air compressor, would be the perfect time. Ah, crud, I was going to add silicone. Maybe I still will. I'm just gonna add 1 drop, and then I'm going to, there. All right, and now I'm gonna get off this chair because it's killing me. Used the hairdryer for many a pour. And actually one of my favorite round paintings, which is one of the first round paintings I did, I'll have to bring it down here. There is a video, but I think it's like in the hundreds, so it's like 2 years ago or whatever. I used a hairdryer on that, and that might have been the first time I used a hairdryer, and I loved it. But the trick to using a hairdryer is you have to have a lot of paint on the canvas, because otherwise there's nothing to blow. You don't want your paint too thick, and you don't want too little, because then it just won't work. I actually like this little thing. Oh gosh, I love the shape of the edges, but I'm not so sure I like it just like there. But that, well, sometimes I don't think. I'm like, this whole thing is red. Well, blue, red, purple, it kind of makes sense. You see the little bitty orange, but I don't want to start pouring more on top and then doing it again because the hairdryer will make the paint dry. Duh. And if you keep at it, it will make it dry unevenly. The top coat will dry faster than the bottom and it will crack. I'm going to torch it though. You can, as I've been lollygagging, you can see that cells have started to develop. I am glad that I tossed on that little bit of silicone, but I think it would have been equally as awesome without it. It would have just been a softer look. Gosh, I really do want more colors in it though. I am gonna add more. I really want some different colors. Maybe a mistake. Hopefully not. But if you've known me for any length of time, I'm not one to shy away from making mistakes. Not at all. Oh my gosh, why did I drop my hairdryer to the floor? Ugh. Good choice, Anne. Pat on the back. I like it. Now I don't like this part. Let me introduce a totally new color scheme. I think I will add Grumbacher Process Cayenne. I'm not sure. But I'm sure somebody will correct me. There's always one of you. No, I'm just kidding. It was like my whole alizarin from a long time ago when I first used that color with my pores. And you can see that I am actually, with these new ones, not adding the silicone, so I am obliterating the silicone cells. Blue turned pretty. But now done with the hairdryer, because if I keep going, I will end up drying the painting out. I'm not so sure about my decisions with the adding of the color. Like the blue just doesn't go now, so I'm going to try and disperse it if I can. Oh, it's just bringing white out. Yeah, the blue was not a good choice. Jeez Louise. I actually don't like the blue at all. Never fear. Nothing is permanent in life. That can either be a very good thing or a very bad thing, depending on how you look at it. I'm going to choose to look at it as a good thing, as an opportunity. Seriously though, nothing is ever permanent is actually one of my go-tos when things in life are rough. I guess I'm just thinking about that because we've had a lot of, there's been so much talk on mental illness and mental health and whatnot. So that's always a, I don't know, good words to live by. That's my armchair. Oh my God. Psychiatry for you. See, I am actually using my degree. Just not quite how my professors thought I would. That is gorgeous. Oh my God, that is beautiful. But now I don't like that. Oh God. Am I gonna end up like redoing this whole stinking piece a million times over? Because now I feel that this is an ugly blob. So that's my other word of wisdom today, words of wisdom. But you guys already know this if you watch enough of my videos. Don't ever settle for less than you want. Well, that's not quite said right, I don't think, but basically, don't settle on something you don't like just because it's there. See, you watch other painting channels, you actually learn stuff about painting. Me, well, you get a whole lot of discussion and a little bit of learning about painting. Oh my gosh. That got kind of funky. That was just where I added the white, and it's kind of odd. It didn't really blend how I was thinking it would. Wasn't super crazy about that area anymore, but I'm like, I don't want to dry it or do the whole thing again. But I'm not settling, I'm fixing. This is amazing. And this, I really need to learn how to take macro photos, because those would be two beautiful areas for me to then blow up and sell as prints. You know, there is somebody from Omaha who has contacted me, and we've wanted to get together, and she's a photographer and she also paints. Her and I should become a team. I am all about teaming up and trading. I am loving my art trades. Those are going well. Those are fun. I'm getting new. I need to start doing it with some different types of artists, like versus, you know, always fluid painters, because obviously I have a lot of fluid paintings in my house. I'll have to search Instagram. That's a good place to find artists. My very first art trade was somebody it is getting thick right there already. My very first art trade was a woman on Instagram who paints Judaic art. And I have the most amazing Judaic piece of artwork from her that reminds me of my grandpa, so it's like super special. And I mean, obviously she didn't even know my grandpa, and I've never met her in my life, but this is phenomenal. I think I'm actually going to publish this video today. I so rarely do. So today is Saturday. I am publishing this. Tonight, I am actually going to something that starts at 10 o'clock, 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. So if I'm not down here painting tomorrow, you'll know why. Because that's like really late for me. Of course, I disconnected you, even though I was very carefully holding my phone. Is that not super awesome? Ah, there we go. See, wouldn't that be a cool print? I need to figure this stuff out. Okay. I don't know why it's going blurry. There. So thank you so very much for watching, and I am going to go publish this so it will be out of order. So that painting you saw at the beginning, you won't actually see the creation of it for a few more days. Catch you next time. Bye.